We asked you to tell us the worst restaurants of Epcot, and boy have you spoken. Today on Walt Disney World Adults Only, I'm going to reveal the top 3 worst restaurants at Epcot. Let's go. Welcome, Your Royal Highnesses. I'm Dan and you're watching Walt Disney World Adults Only. Thank you for joining me today as we run through the worst restaurants at Epcot as voted for by you, our subscribers, and also our Facebook group members as well. Now, I haven't dined at any of these 3 restaurants myself. In fact, 2 of them have never enticed me to dine there at all. But I'm going to provide you with some information on all 3 restaurants so you can make up your own mind as to whether you try them on a future trip. For the purpose of this vote, our members could choose as many restaurants as they wanted, and we included every single Epcot restaurant, whether it be signature, table service or quick service. The worst 3 are all table service restaurants, and I have to say they are of no real surprise to me at all. And as always, of course, I want to hear from you. I want to know whether you agree or whether you think our poll has got it wrong. But for now, I would love you to tell me down in the comments what are your own predictions of the top 3 worst restaurants of Epcot that I'm about to reveal today. Okay, before we start, please click that little subscribe button for me and also the little notification bell too so you know when our future videos come out. And here we go. And in third place, we have 9 Dragons. Located in the China Pavilion, this table service restaurant offers an authentic, contemporary, pan-Chinese menu and is actually one of the cheaper table service restaurants at Epcot. Described by our members as mediocre Chinese food, this restaurant opens for both lunch and for dinner. Diners can eat surrounded by ornate wood carvings, traditional lanterns and glass artwork too. Appetizers here are priced between $5 and $14, with vegetable spring rolls at the lower end of that scale and crispy duck bayo buns at the top. Entrees are between $18 and $30 each, and you can choose from many options including honey sesame chicken, Canton pepper beef, salt and pepper shrimp, and Kowloon spare ribs. The dessert menu is a little sparse and is basically ice cream. I'm not entirely sure that China is famous for its ice cream, but these desserts here are priced around $5. The drinks menu here isn't especially authentic, with the wines listed as being Californian, Argentinian and Italian. They do have a jasmine draft beer on the menu though, and a jasmine tea too. And the cocktail list isn't screaming Chinese authenticity at me either. And this is very different to what we talked about in our best Epcot restaurants video a few weeks ago, when we looked at Teppanydo's drinks menu, which was really authentic Japanese. With all that being said, this is actually somewhere that I do want to dine out on a future trip. I do typically hear quite bad things about 9 Dragons, but Leanne from our team absolutely loves it here and she raves about that honey sesame chicken. So why is 9 Dragons in 3rd place for being the worst? Well, the reasons given include the service here, which apparently can be very rushed. Some members have told me that before they were even seated, the server was trying to take their order. And then before they even had a chance to take a bite of their appetizer, the main course was arriving at the table too. I guess if you're looking for fast food, then this could be a really great option for you. Also, I was told that some of the service here can be quite rude. But of course that could just be cultural differences. I would just add that the menu here is a little sparse in terms of the offerings. There's not that many dishes to choose from, and our Chinese restaurants here in the UK have got so many more choices. Our members describe the quality as mediocre and the food overall as not being great Chinese food. And I don't know what a hot wok is, but apparently the food here is no better than a hot wok. But in comparison, the price is extortionate. And finally, in terms of the quality, one of our members described it as canned broth and frozen dumplings too. I have to say, from what you're all telling me, you are putting me off a little bit, but of course you have to remember there are thousands and thousands of people that absolutely love this restaurant as well. One of the pros of this restaurant is that it's almost an adult only space. You don't get too many kids and families in this restaurant, so it can be a quieter, more relaxed dining experience, escaping the madness of the park. And Nine Dragons always has availability. You can pretty much walk up at any time of day on any day and get a table here. And I think that's quite telling. Something isn't right. People are not booking it and it is rarely full. A question for you. What would Nine Dragons need to do to get you making a reservation to dine here on your next trip? Tell me in the comments down below. On to second place, and we are going to Akershus Royal Banquet Hall. And yes, I do know that it's currently closed. Now, I included it in this poll as it's still showing on the Walt Disney World website. And at the time of filming this video, we do not know whether it will come back or not. And with the number of votes that this place got, I'm kind of glad that I did include it. Located in the Norway Pavilion, this was a character dining experience featuring the Disney princesses. Kind of like Cinderella's Royal Table at Magic Kingdom, but for a slightly lower price. Akershus Royal Banquet Hall used to open for breakfast, lunch and dinner too. It is themed as a medieval castle with soaring archways and cathedral ceilings. Typically when this restaurant operated, guests would meet 5 different princesses: Snow White, Belle, Cinderella, Ariel and Princess Aurora. You can imagine 5 princesses is going to attract kids, it's going to be noisy, and this is not going to be a serene dining experience. And undoubtedly this will come with a very high price tag as well, so already you can see why this perhaps is at number 2. Breakfast here was $53 per adult and included scrambled eggs, bacon, sausage, potato casserole, salami, smoked pork loin, peppered mackerel, roasted turkey and Norwegian cheeses too. $53 is a very expensive breakfast for me, but it is all you care to enjoy, although personally I would not really be enjoying those cold meats. Lunch and dinner here is $10 more and $63 per person. And the deal here is kind of family style appetizer called a Taste of Norway. Then each diner chooses their own main course before moving on to a shared Royal Chef dessert plate. The Taste of Norway includes Scandinavian seafood, imported cheeses, cured and sliced meats, along with salads and fruits too. Entrees here include a choice of Norwegian meatballs, herb roasted chicken breast, a Viking mixed grill, Scandinavian potato dumplings or a grilled fillet of salmon. They all come with a Norwegian twist. All very authentic indeed, but for some diners, this might be a culinary step too far. Desserts here are typically a Norwegian rice pudding with strawberry sauce, a sweet and savoury chocolate mousse, and an apple cake with a cardamom whipped cream. Again, like at Nine Dragons, the drink selection here isn't especially authentic, but they do have some really great Norwegian inspired cocktails priced around $12 each. So why is this number 2 then? Well, our members have given me their opinions. And first of all, the consensus is that this place is far too overpriced for what you actually get. But of course, you are paying for princesses. And then a lot of our members told me they just did not enjoy the food. But that doesn't mean the food here is bad. It just means that people didn't enjoy it. And that might be because it is a bit different, it is Norwegian cuisine, and not all palates will be appreciative of those food offerings. All that being said, some members told me the food here was absolutely terrible and described it as being lukewarm at best. That really isn't great. And another complaint here is small portions. How un-Disney-like. In terms of value, one of our members made a comparison with Chef Mickey, where they said the price of the meal is comparable, but the offering in terms of food and quality is not. And I think this is a really fair comparison when looking at this experience. Again, for Akershus Banquet Hall, service came up as an issue again, with apparently servers not being very interested in their diners. But could this also be cultural differences though? I have to be completely honest with you and tell you that I have got no plans to dine here at all. And in fact, it's never even made my list of places that I might dine at during the trip. For me, it's quite an expensive restaurant with a menu that doesn't really draw me in. Maybe if I were on the Disney dining plan and it was still one table service credit, then I might give it a try then, just for the purposes of doing research and trying something new. But for now, this is not in my immediate plans. So for Akershus, it appears to be the food, the service and the value for money all contributing towards this being in second place for the Epcot worst restaurant. What are your own experiences of dining here? Do you agree this is the second worst restaurant at Epcot? Tell me all about it in the comments down below. And here we go, drum roll please, the worst restaurant at Epcot. Where do you think it is? Well, it's Coral Reef Restaurant. Did you guess this right? Located in the Seas Pavilion in World Nature, Coral Reef is predominantly a seafood restaurant which boasts views of the aquarium whilst you dine. Yes, you dine with views of a living coral reef and over 2,000 incredible sea creatures. Opening for lunch and dinner, this restaurant is not especially expensive by Disney World standards. And you get to watch sharks, sea turtles and divers whilst you dine. Appetizers here range from $10 to $18 and include a New England clam chowder, a Caesar salad and a shrimp cocktail too. Entrees are around the $30 point and you can get shrimp and grits, seared mahi-mahi, orange glazed salmon, Cajun chicken pasta and a grilled vegetable skewer impossible kefta. Desserts are around $10 and include a key lime pie, a chocolate wave and a Baileys and Jack Daniel's mousse. Anything here grabbing your attention? No? Sadly, me neither. They do have a couple of unique cocktails which sound really delicious though. But dining inside an aquarium, this is a unique dining experience, no? Lots to see whilst you dine. So why has this been voted as the worst restaurant at Epcot? What has it done to earn this accolade and what do they need to do to win you back? I will just tell you that Carol absolutely loves this place and she is coming for you all. Anyway, a lot of people voted for Coral Reef as they said it had gone downhill. Apparently it was once really great, but it's been on a steady decline for a number of years. And then the second biggest criticism is the menu. One member told me that this restaurant basically needs a creative new head chef who can obliterate this current boring menu and come up with something really new and fresh. Do you agree with that? Portion size, quality of food, pricing and bland flavours also contributed to people voting for this restaurant. And a few people said they left here hungry as well. And one member was completely unimpressed with the theming as he said that you can view that aquarium for free upstairs without dining at Coral Reef. Tough crowd, eh? Unlike Nine Dragons and Akershus though, I didn't get any negative comments about the service. In fact, the service here appears to be very good. For me, the menu here doesn't really draw me in, but I would dine here. I don't personally find the aquarium at Epcot to be particularly spectacular. Having dined at Atlantis, the Palm and also the Dubai Mall in Dubai, the aquarium there was far, far superior. So in comparison, Coral Reef actually looks quite dark and dingy to me, and for that reason it hasn't really ever made my list. Ultimately, I want to dine at every single restaurant across Walt Disney World. That is the big ambition. So I will dine here at some point. It won't be on my trip in September. It hasn't made the cut for this coming trip. But sure, I will dine here at some point and I will do a proper dining review vlog for you as well. So there you are, the 3 worst restaurants at Epcot, as voted for by WDWAO subscribers and Facebook group members. Do you agree with them? Personally, these 3 restaurants would not be my top 3 worst restaurants at Epcot, but our subscribers and members have spoken. Anyway, over to you. Tell me your 3 worst restaurants at Epcot. Get them in the comments to me right now. We already have videos on the best and worst restaurants at Magic Kingdom and on the best restaurants at Epcot too. I'll make sure that all 3 of those videos are in the description for you down below. The Magic Kingdom ones are team member experiences and opinions rather than a poll like we've done today. I think I prefer doing it as a poll, but let me know, which do you prefer? Do you prefer the team opinions or do you prefer it to be done as a poll? We'll go with the majority view of course, but I'm moving on to Hollywood Studios next and I'd love to know which format you prefer. We will continue to talk about the worst Epcot restaurants over in our Facebook group. If you're not a member, come and join us now and join in that conversation and tell us what you think. For now, thank you so much for watching. Please do all the normal things like giving me a thumbs up, clicking that like button. That helps other viewers find this video as well. Please double check you have subscribed and click that notification bell, as I've got a trip coming up very soon. I'm going to be vlogging in the parks for the first time. It's going to be an amazing trip and I want to bring you along with me. So please make sure you're subscribed. I do not want you to miss these vlogs. It's going to be so much fun. And as always, remember, never grow up.